Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We need to now have a moment of silence for the internet that is, as we speak, being dismantled, being killed.
Freedom is under attack. Under attack by intellectually undernourished leaders who lie and manipulate information. Overfed, baby Huey, coward motherfuckers like Karl Rove and their suck-up weakling apologists like Sean Hannity. To question authority is to be somehow unpatriotic, un-American, and in league with terrorists worldwide. With even election results becoming more and more questionable, the Constitution, a thing to be manipulated, ignored, and frivolously amended, even democracy itself seems to be on the run. So where's the one place you can go and tell your version of the truth, rail against liars, fakes and propagandists with your own unique propaganda, sign your name to it, and let the whole world know how you feel? That's right, the internet. Perhaps responsible for the most substantial shifts in culture in the last several decades. There's so much freedom and potential on the World Wide Web that one is barely able to get one's head around it. Who in their right mind would dare to regulate or charge websites to be on the internet? Who would dare to rain on a parade so fantastic that many of us would not know what to do without our high-speed connection and our lives on the internet? Actually, some very powerful forces.
They are moving against us now. Everybody has to stick together or we're all going to hang separate on this. They are moving against us because we're on the verge of exposing their state-sponsored terrorism, their global taxes, all of it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happening now. They're blocking our videos. YouTube, we know, is messing with the counters. We know that Google would change our hits. So when we were getting a video that might be having 500,000 hits a day, they would just block it for a few weeks or erase it. And then they stopped putting the counters on Google Video. Started knocking us out of the #1 spot. We're winning the info war, and they're cheating. Of course they're cheating. They want tyranny. They want dehumanization.
MySpace admitted to the fact that we were on a censorship list. At first they said it was a technical error, then later when it happened again, we got a screenshot of one of the administrators admitting that prisonplanet.com links were being censored because the website was on a blacklist.
Dig rigged us and admitted that we were rigged to where we couldn't get on the main page. I mean, we're being hit by every angle, and then the listeners think we're doing it. We put the call out to the listeners to make sure the story about Dick Cheney wanting to plan terror attacks out, and then Keith Olbermann reported on it, and some other publications reported on it. We have the power, because of the listeners, to sabotage their criminal operations. Are we going to put up with communist Chinese style or worse censorship of the sites? It's happening. Do you understand?
Telco companies want to make you pay for your site to be carried on the internet. If you can't afford to pay, guess what? That's right, your cyber history, pal. The Bush administration wants major internet and phone companies to keep track of where their customers search, all in the name of the war on terror, don't you know? How much do you want to bet they want the internet regulated, contained, and thrown into a cell at Guantanamo Bay?
And what they said they were going to do in 2001 was have 50 global corporations and 50 global international universities will house the new hubs and the new backbone of Internet 2, which they were already building then. It is now in place. They've laid the cable worldwide. They've got the satellites, all of it. Now, if you go to the story, Secret Plan to Kill the Internet by 2012 leaked, up on prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com right now, you will notice that as you scroll through the article, there are more than 40 links. Now, these are links to Internet 2's own corporate meetings, their own conferences, going back as early as the year 2000. These are congressional reports. These are press releases put out by Comcast, put out by Verizon, put out by many others. ISPs confirmed 2012, the year the internet ends. Bell Canada and Tel US with Verizon employees officially confirmed the 2012's ISP all over the globe will reduce internet access and a TV-like subscription model, only offering access to a small standard amount of commercial sites, a few hundred. You understand, this is not a rumor, this is not a joke, this is not a game, this is happening now. You got to tell everybody, this is not a conspiracy theory. It's not just net neutrality. It's not just taxation. It's not just bandwidth caps. It is not building, not maintaining the old hub, forcing you on. That's their number one goal, and that's the part nobody's talking about. Physically shutting down the backbone of the web, shutting down the old switchers and routers and corridors for what you know of as the web today, also allowing the old system to deteriorate before it is finally switched off. They say they're going to call that a collapse or shutdown, but they're orchestrating this.
How it works, folks, is this. They're not only going to limit the amount that you can download, but they're also going to limit the speed at which you can download it. So for 5 gigabytes a month, they want to charge you $30, and it's at a reduced rate. It's like a DSL line. Once you go over that 40 gigabyte limit, which is nothing, folks, let me clue you in. We're talking about $1 each gigabyte. So say I'm working on a project with Alex Jones, and I have to send uncompressed video to Alex. Well, that uncompressed video could be anywhere from 10 to 20 gigabytes itself. So I'm going to be charged another $10 to $20 just for that day. And you're talking about bills that could be in the hundreds, if not thousands, in private businesses.
Now they are announcing that they are going to do this on entire system-wide grids with major telecommunications companies. We're here, folks. We're now at the point where you won't be able to get to Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. Now is the time for people to go absolutely hate. Don't take this information for granted. Put it on hundreds of websites. Go on message boards. Post it in full. And you take this video and you send it out to everybody you know, you pass it on to everyone, and then we show everyone the censorship that's going on, not just on MySpace, not just with the government filters now on websites, all the things that are admitted and documented, worse than Communist China. Folks, we can completely kick their ass if you will just take action and stop screwing around and face down the New World Order and get aggressive and dedicate yourself to making videos and posting stories and getting information out about web censorship.
For a country that talks so much about freedom being on the march, seems to me that some people want anything but. If they come for your freedom, you must not only resist, you must strike back with a vengeance that will stun them. On this front, if your anger and outrage are not at the forefront, then you're already dead. Dead to me, anyway. These cowards, these traitors, these enemies of democracy.
Stop us! Put it out everywhere! Smash them in the info war! Never stop! This is the highest level alert I've ever given you. I want rampaging attacks on the New World Order and the info war. Overrun them like you've never done!